There is a meeting at 7 p.m. It's placed urgently as they are leaving the stage due to some emergency. And Hong's corporations are also asking to fix a date on Wednesday, if possible, because Mr. Wong's wife is going to delivery soon, so he wants to free up his schedule as soon as possible. Okay, place the meeting on Wednesday. Is the file complete? Not yet, some work is pending. Okay, give me the junk corporation file. After the meeting, I will look after Hong's one. Okay, sir. You went to the shelf and took out the file and gave it to him. Your hand slightly brushed with his, but you quickly took back your hand. He looked at you for a brief second. You looked in his eyes. The hurt and vulnerability is evident in his eyes, but he quickly diverted his gaze from you, the file. You also went to your desk and started to do your work. The air between you both was awkward. It was since he proposed to you a week ago. Flashback. Come to the restaurant which Jungkook told you, wearing an elegant dress he sent for you, saying it's an important meeting. You went towards the table, seeing there is no one other than Jungkook. Where are the investors, sir? Did we come early? You asked him, but he was lost in your beauty. You are looking more beautiful in this dress than he expected. You are looking gorgeous. The words came automatically from his mouth. Thank you, he said with a small smile, even though it made your heart flutter for a second. Because it's unusual of him to compliment you. So, where are the investors? Should I call them and ask? I lied to you. No, no one is coming, he said nervously. You frowned hearing his words and noticed the cold boss who is always confident. There is something changed today. He's shifting his gaze from you to the table, hesitant, nervous, trying to gather himself to say something. I want to tell you something important, Ryan. That's why I called you here and also lied. Sorry for that. He called you Ryan instead of Miss Kim. Strange, everything is different about him today. But still, you nodded, giving him time to talk further. I love you, Ryan. It's been a long time. I always admire you. I love your dedication, your simplicity, your passion towards work. In one word, everything. He was shocked hearing his confession. This is something you never expected. Even though you caught him staring at you sometimes, but the confession suddenly is making you shocked. That's also, it's not any random guy, it's your boss, who rarely even spare a glance to any woman. It's the Jeon Jungkook. I know you're shocked, but I truly love you, Ryan. My heart beats whenever I'm around you. My eyes always search for you. My mind only think about you whenever you are not around. If it's not love, I don't know what it is. Will you be my girlfriend? He said softly, holding your hand, expecting you to say something, but nothing came from your mouth. You both are just staring at each other. His eyes are filled with love, while yours with shock and something else. You don't know what to say. You slowly take your hands back. Thank you, sir, for your proposal. I respect your feelings, but I don't feel the same. You said softly, but his heart dropped with every word you said. His heart tightened around his ribs. It became quite difficult to breathe for him. But still, he asked, may I know the reason? Don't you like me or do you hate me? No, sir, there is nothing like that. I don't hate you. In fact, I admire you for your passion towards your work, but I can't reciprocate your feelings. Sorry, if you will be uncomfortable after this, then I will give the resignation letter. No, it's fine. You don't have to do this. I never combine my personal and professional life. And don't worry, I will never bring this topic again. And don't be sorry for anything. There is no fault of yours. I will be okay. He somehow managed to say this. He is already broken from your rejection. He doesn't want any you to resign. You went silent again. After a few minutes, you said, "We take a leave now." He just nodded. Maybe he also wants to stay alone for now. We went from there. A single tear came out of his eyes unknowingly, but he quickly wiped it. Pain is obvious after rejection, but it will hurt this much he didn't expect. Back to the story. Said the truth. He didn't bring that topic, but his eyes always tell the pain he was feeling. Others didn't notice, but you can see the pain clearly in his eyes. The shine in his eyes long gone. Of course, rejection hurts, but you can't see the pain in his eyes. Unknowingly thinking all this, you were staring at him, feeling the stare. He looked at you, but you quickly diverted your gaze. Time skip. After the meeting, you both came and started to do work for the new project. He told you to leave as it's already 9 p.m. Your shift is over, but you stayed, saying you want to do overtime. He didn't argue. Both are doing work, too much indulged in it, not having any trace of time. You both didn't even notice everyone already went. It's just the two of you. There is a pin drop silence. Both are drowning yourselves in work, forgetting everything. After completing his work, Jankov cracked his fingers and looked towards you. You were doing your work, still looking too much ethereal. How can he stop his heart to stop loving you? When he see you caring about him, not even knowing yourself, he knows the shade because you don't want him to do all the work. Seeing this small action, his love is just increasing, but there is no way going back. He looked at time, it's 11 p.m. and noticed it's raining outside. He cleared his throat to bring you out of your trace. It's late, we should go now. It's already raining. It would be better if we go now before the weather gets worse. The rest of the work can be completed tomorrow. There is not much work now. He looked at the window, it's heavily raining and didn't even notice the sound. Yes, saying you packed your stuff and you both went from there downstairs. Coming downstairs, you both saw cars are drowned in water. Some trees are falling down due to wind. The road is not at all visible due to water. Watchman also went to his chamber due to the rain. No one is to be seen. There is no way you both can go from there now. Oh my god, now what we will do? The water is everywhere. How will we go home? I don't think we can. We should stay at office today. There is no other option. Till tomorrow the roads will be cleared. But my family, you should inform them if you want. I will call them. No, I will inform them. Saying you both again went in the office. You were trying to call your parents, but there is network issue. Coming back to his cabin, he removed his coat and sat on his chair. You were looking at him with a tense expression. Oh, sorry, I will stay in another cabin. You may stay here. You don't have to worry. You frowned at his words. He was about to get up, but you stopped him. Why would you? You might be feeling uncomfortable, he said hesitantly. And who told you that? You were tense, so I thought. Don't think anything. I was tense because there is no network, so my parents will be worried. Not because I am feeling uncomfortable. And it's your cabin. Why would you leave? No worry, let me try. He tried to call them from landline. Coincidentally, luckily, the call connected and you informed your parents and sat on your table. You may sleep on the sofa. No, sir, I'm fine here. You may take the sofa. My chair is more comfortable, so you may sleep on it. And don't insist. You were hesitant but didn't argue further and sat on the sofa. Jungkook was looking at your every move, which is making you nervous a little bit. He somewhere noticed it, so he turned around his chair, back facing you. You slowly sleep on the sofa, glancing at Jungkook back time to time. After some time, you both couldn't sleep, wide awake. Lost in your thoughts, suddenly the lights went off due to heavy rain. Jungkook noticed and started to search for his phone on the desk. And wait, I will turn the flashlight. You didn't answer. Finding it, he turned on the flashlight, pointing it towards you. He saw you were hugging your knees tightly, whispering something he can hear as there is pin drop silence. Just the rain sound is coming. He comes towards you slowly. He sat beside you. You were shivering. He softly called you. Wyan? You didn't answer, just whispering something. He shook you a little bit. You were not in your senses. He jerked you, removing your hands around your knees. Taking your face in his hand, his heart dropped, looking at you. You were crying, face pale. He can clearly see your face from the moonlight. He never saw you this weak. Wyan, what happened? Why are you crying? Tell me. You were just crying, mumbling something. He tried to listen carefully. He will kill me. He will kill me. Save me. Just these words are coming out of your mouth. You don't know why you are crying. Slowly your breath is getting heavier. You were just badly crying and his heart is just ripping, seeing every tear of yours is becoming hard for you to breathe. He panicked and cupped your face. Why? Why look at me? What happened? Tell me. You looked at him, tears are coming continuously. There is fear in your eyes. Are you scared of darkness? Are you nightophobia? He asked as he noticed you were behaving like this after the lights went. But you didn't answer anything. Why? Please tell me something, at least not. Are you scared of darkness? He asked, begging you once again, and finally you nodded. He quickly brought his phone forward and flashed the light, but you didn't stop crying. Your trauma is hitting you, and you were just mumbling the same thing. You don't want to break down, but you can't help it. See, there is no darkness. See why? No one is going to kill you. And I'm here only. He hugged you as he couldn't see you crying like this, but he doesn't want to break down. Now he has to be strong for you. Ryan, no one will kill you. Do you think I will let anyone touch you? No, Ryan. Your breath hitched between your ears. He tightened his grip more, cooing you. Trust me and see there is no more darkness anymore. He said, backing off, giving you his phone. You looked in his eyes. Just believe me. He didn't say anything. Just hugged him more tightly, throwing yourself at him, still crying, scared. Scared of darkness and lot of things. He held you securely. Your breath got normal, but your eyes, tears, they are still coming. He straightened his leg, pulling you closer, settling you between his legs, your head on his chest, patting your back slowly, assuring you he is there. Slowly your eyes went heavy due to crying and you slept being tired. Holding him tightly like your life is dependent on him, you didn't sleep, not wanting you to be scared again after you were awake. Looking at your pale face, he whispered, I swear I will never let this happen again. I won't. The whole time he's just patting your back, caressing your head. At midnight you woke up, suddenly screaming, No. He tightened the grip. I'm here only, Ryan. There is no one is here. But this time you were not crying. Yes, you were scared, but assured enough he won't let anything happen to you. You backed away a little, looking in his eyes. You tried to speak, but something is stopping you. He understood you want to explain your situation. You don't want have to tell me anything, Ryan. Until you are ready, you don't have to explain anything. He looked in his eyes, wondering how every time you understand everything without your telling, his eyes were just filled with worry, worried for you. You know, he wants to know everything, but still he doesn't want to rush you. Again, try to speak. I'm scared of darkness. Sorry to bother you like this. Your voice came like a whisper. Still on top of him, you don't have to back off. You don't have to be sorry for anything, Ryan, and I'm not at all bothered. Just know this thing. I will never be bothered by you. He said with seriousness, but still his voice is calm. You don't know why, but your heart wants to tell him everything, but your mind is not allowing you. But you let your heart win this time. Then will you listen? I want to tell you the reason. You asked slowly, he kissed your hand and said, you don't have to take permission. Just tell me if you're ready. I'm all ears. You closed your eyes, taking a long breath, just remembering it, you were terrified. You started to catch your back. Calm down, take your time. Don't rush it, I am here only. You open your eyes, looking in his eyes, gaining your confidence. You speak. It all started 3 years ago. I was happy living with my boyfriend. Hearing boyfriend, his heartbeat raised, but his hands didn't stop comforting you. You continued. Until I asked him to marry me one day. He excused some reason and didn't answer my question at that time, but I insisted on it. Always his behavior changed. He started to distance himself. If his mood is not good, he started to throw things at me angrily. But I, being a blind in his love, always used to think he's just stressed due to work. That's why he's not answering. So I keep asking him sometimes because I want to settle down with him. And one day, being irritated, we breath hitched between your saws, but he still continued. We had an argument and he beat me and tied me with a chain and kept me in a dark room for 2 days without giving me any food. He didn't even come in that room for once, probably forgot about me or was relieved. I couldn't scream, couldn't ask for help, being helpless. I was always scared of darkness, but after that, I'm terrified of this. Without food and fear, I was crying, regretting to love him ever. I got unconscious after 2 days. I opened my eyes. I was in hospital. My friend called me so many times in these 2 days. When I didn't pick up, she came to check on me. She knows everything about me and my boyfriend behavior towards me, and luckily he was not there when she come, and she knows the password of the house, so she came inside and saw me unconscious, so she took me to the hospital. After that she helped me and suggested me to complain about him. I did. He got jailed after investigation, but the nightmare he gave, I can't forget. He got the punishment, but I feel I get punished by living that day. Somewhere I feel myself a burden and a trash to love a person like him. You were crying, but with you, he was also. His heart is ripped, eyes red due to anger. He pulled you in a hug. He backed away a little and said, never say this. You are not punished, Ryan. Do you understand? God gave you a chance to live again, to know that life is beautiful. It didn't punish you. He said, cupping your face. Tears are coming out of his eyes, but he wiped it harshly. Don't you dare to feel yourself a burden. You are most beautiful and valuable person for me. I love you. You know this, right? You are the only valuable person for me after my mom died. So don't say these things to yourself. I will not allow anyone, even you, to say these things to yourself. Do I deserve it? Do I deserve your love? You ask slowly. You deserve everything, Ryan, every happiness, and my love is nothing in front of this. I'm just a part. You deserve more than this. You hugged him tightly, letting your tears come out, not caring about anything. His every word is working like a medicine on your scar. He kissed your back, then let me fall in love once again. Once again with you. His hands stopped. I love you, but I'm also scared. Still, I want to take every risk because it's you. That day I said no being scared. But believe me, my heart also beats for you. But my mind doesn't support it. He backed away a little and looked in his eyes. I trust you, but I don't trust in my luck, Jungkook. I so know that day, not knowing how to answer. You were trying to explain yourself. Your eyes tensed. He put his hands on your lips, stopping you. You don't have to explain yourself. I know your reason now. I understand if I would be in your place, I would do the same, and I'm happy just knowing you love me. I'm feeling myself lucky man, and I promise one day, not just your heart, but your mind would also agree. I will love you this much, I would heal you by my love. If it takes to live with you in your pain, I will. Just love you without any limits, man. Thank you for loving me. My respect towards you just increasing. You are strongest woman I had seen. You are an angel. Don't doubt yourself and just trust me. I will make the word sadness disappear from your life. I promise. I know it's hard to You were listening calmly. He is saying he respects you, but with his every word, his respect is increasing in your eyes. How can a man be like this? He's too perfect and still ready to be broken with you. He's thankful you love him, but if he will be this nice, you will not love him. You know, he meant his every word. You softly place your lips on him, stopping him to speak further. He was shocked, but he slowly responded this kiss. The start of a new journey filled with so many emotions, promises, and commitment. Backing away, he kissed your forehead. I trust you and I know you won't break it. I know it will take time, but I will heal you quickly. If you stay beside me for the first time, I want to give a chance to myself because it's just not about me anymore. It's about us. Seeing you again hugged him, resting your head on his chest, hearing his heartbeat. Thank you. Thank you, Ryan, for trusting me. I love you. I love you too. Let's take our time and heal together.